You need to stop griefing your draft games. Yes, we get it. You don't want to play against Duraludon. You want to play your favorite Pokemon, but also, you want to win. In Season 18, Draft was introduced to Pokemon Unite rank ladder, and you should know what you need to prioritize to climb to the highest of ranks.
All right. My Venusaur. Personally, I think Venusaur goes under strong picks. Pedal Dance gives you a good answer to dive. You could literally wipe a team with Energy Amp, Ult, and Solar Beam right after. So like, I wouldn't make it a priority pick. It's not a first pick, but it's definitely like a 2-3 pick. Gengar, I'm putting that under niche picks. There are people that make it work, but with the right bands and the right picks within the draft, like you can definitely pick it up for niche. Mr. Mime, you can pick it up for a counter pick. I think Mr. Mime works really good against like Pokemon like Ninetales, Pokemon like Rapid Spin or Surf Blastoise, like Trevenant, things that want to like get into your team. Mr. Mime can kind of just like wall it out. It can't really help much with speedsters unless it has its ult. Snorlax, I also think like it's another really good counter pick. I do put it in a counter pick just because there are better tanks. You have Trevenant, you got Slowbro, you got Blastoise, you got just like 3 tanks out there that just outclass Snorlax. Gardevoir, I think Gardevoir in this meta is a counter pick. We're in this double speedster meta to where people are just running it down on you. People are tired of the poke comps, and Pokemon Unite recently just buffed the speedsters like Meow and I think Aeolus on Leafeon, so like why wouldn't you just take those picks, right? When you're trying to play Guardy, you have to make sure there's not that many speedster counters on the other team, because yeah, you can stop one speedster with Moonblast, but you're not going to stop both of them, you feel me? Absol is a niche pick. I personally think Absol is like good on like a player to player basis by skill, but I definitely think it's a niche pick. Like you just kind of just get shit on by Gravity, like by Clefable, which is like a really high priority pick in draft. Ninetales, I think it's a counter pick. Ninetales works really good against melee comps, believe it or not. Just the ability to have CC with Blizzard Avalanche, and whoever tries to dive in, you can stun it out, and then your teammates can follow up and KO it. I think it's like a really good counter pick. I wouldn't pick it into a strong pick because there are better picks out there than to just be picking Ninetales priority in your draft. Lucario can be put under counter pick. I wouldn't put it under strong picks just because it isn't a priority. Like Lucario's not like the best all-rounder like it used to be, especially inside the CC meta that we're in, so you really rely on that level 11. But Luca can still pop off, like again, player by player basis. I play Luca in this meta and I pop off, but if I'm playing in draft, I'm not gonna first pick, second pick, third pick Lucario. I'm not picking that until it's last. You feel me? Crustle you could put under strong picks. I don't think Crustle's priority. People prioritize Crustle because it is a strong pick, but it's not a like prio pick. You have the walls that really just counter the mages, the snipers, because if you get them caught out, your team is just, it's easy for your team to just follow up and catch them. You get to knock up with stuns with Crustle. You have Stealth Rocks. I don't recommend Stealth Rocks just because if you're playing Defender, you need CC. Like, that's just a point blank period. If you're playing Defender, just please play the CC move. I understand sometimes there's situations where you're playing Crustle and Stealth Rocks might be good, but like realistically, you should just be playing CC like stun moves if you're playing like Defender Crustle. Yeah, I agree with you guys with moving up to priority because there's not really a counter pick. The counter pick to Crustle is Umbreon. Umbreon's the one that takes its shields away when it's ults, right? Greninja, do you like winning? That's it. Do you like winning? Talonflame, I think it goes under niche picks. It's just one of those speedsters. Talon's a 4-5 pick. All right, I'll make it a counter pick. I'll put it above Absol and Gengar just because it does have its play. Like, you can counter Glaceon with a fly, so you can play Talon into Glaceon. That's a really good point. That is a really good point. Charizard? Counter pick. Charizard poops on the Eevee comps so bad after their passive is down, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. Glaceon goes down. Espeon goes down. Leafeon goes down. Like, Zard is cooking. Zard is cooking, but it takes a good Zard player. Like, once Zard gets behind, It's kind of cooked. It's cooked. But if Zard's ahead and they get their level 9 early, they're steamrolling for the rest of the game. Zero Aura. Super niche pick. There are people that have really good skill sets with Zero Aura. But there are also people that don't play it to its full capability. It does have good counterplay into a lot of mons. Like you can really actually get to the backline with Volt Switch Discharge. You could counter a lot of CC moves with Spark Wild Charge. I've seen a couple other Zero Aura mains like pick Zero Aura in tournament and draft in a very niche way, and it ended up working out for them just because of how the draft went. Cinderace and draft. If you really need an ADC, there's no Glaceon on the table. There's no Dragapult on the table. It's not good enough to be a counter pick, but it is a niche pick. You take it in jungle with the buffs that it got in the last patch. I personally think Cinderace is the best A-presser in Pokemon Unite. Hands down. You have mobility, you have dodge, you have secure, like you have rip, you destroy tanky comps. Cinderace, best A-presser in Pokemon Unite. Eldegoss, strong pick. Strong pick. Red buff tech into gank. Like, why wouldn't you? Leaf Tornado's good, Pollen Puff's good, Cotton Guard's good, Cotton Spore's good, its ult's good, the micro combos that you could do are really good. It has really good A-press, so it has really good lane pressure. Top lane's not stacking as easy. LD's not priority. LD's not priority. Unfortunately, as much as I love LD is not a priority pick in draft. Cramorant, I'm putting under niche. It is a counter pick, I agree. But people, your average Cram player, I'm not talking about the people that die hard Cram players. I'm talking about your average Cram player. Don't play Cram to counterplay, right? They just play Cram to play Cram because they like the Pokemon. Pikachu. Like, Pikachu's a counter pick. Pikachu dominates speedsters, except for Talonflame. Like, Talonflame is just that one speedster that gets away from attackers, right? But Zoroark, Scyther, Dodrio, no issues. Clef. Clef is a priority pick. As much as people hate to admit it, Clef is a priority pick. That gravity, just absolutely just speedsters. Then you got Moonlight, which is the best counter to poke. Clef did get nerfed, but it's still a good Pokemon. Garchomp. Niche. No explanation needed. Just niche. Wigglytuff. I put it in niche because there are comps that you can play Wigglytuff into, like special defense reduction comps. Pairs well with Wigglytuff. Machamp niche pick, I do think it's a niche pick as well. I don't think it counters anything, but I do think if you don't play any of the other like good all-rounders, but you play Machamp very well, yeah, it goes crazy. It actually just goes crazy. Machamp ult into 3 people, 5 people for objective secure goes crazy. Slowbro, y'all ready to hear my opinion on Slowbro? Counter pick, baby. Surf, when you hit level 11, is just too good. Like, you get a triple knockup into whatever you want. A speedster, an all-rounder, a tank, an attacker, a dive, whatever. Telekinesis literally stops a speedster in its tracks if you can hit a skill shot. Like, they want to go ahead and combo, you literally TK them. Slowbro just does everything right as a defender. It does, but it just gets pooped on by like Pokemon like Glaceon and Gardevoir and Delphox. It does. But if you're playing against double speedster, double melee, Slowbro all day, baby. What? And you got Guardy on your team? Slowbro all day, baby. You want to get that slow beam off before the carry comes and ults. 100%. Blissey. Strong pick. You have heals, you have CC immunity, you have empowered autos with helping hand, you have not Egg Bomb. Like, Bliss Assist is the best move in the game, hands down. How many times have y'all been in a game and y'all just ripped. And then your Blissey's like, don't worry about it, I got the secure. They're like, just stand on top of Ray. Boom, they ult, and then boom, secure. Why would you play Mammo when you can play Slowbro? Why would you play Mammo when you play Trev, Umbreon, Blastoise? Why are you playing Mammo? You have the worst late game, and you're the worst late game tank in Pokemon Unite. Best early game tank, absolute worst late game tank. And it's not fair that the other tanks get to come online at level 7, and this guy comes online at level 9. Like, why would you play Mammo? I'm putting him in the do you like winning territory. Sylveon. Sylveon's a strong pick. It's not priority. I wouldn't say it's a counter pick, because you can play Sylveon in any meta and any draft. Mystical Fire, Draining Kiss is good with Sustain. Hyper Voice is good with shredding tanky comps. Like, your ult is good for escape and getting healing. Like, wow, you can never go. It's your own self-mobile solo queue Pokemon to where you don't have to rely on your teammates for anything, which is why I think Sylveon's a strong pick. Greedent, counter pick, 100%. Counter pick to speedsters, backline comps. It just annoys them for the entire game. I hate Greedent. I wouldn't even make it a counter pick. I'm making it a niche pick. Decidueye, counter pick 100%. If you're last in draft and you see no speedsters, no all-rounders that can get to the back line, and you don't pick Decidueye, you're trolling. If you don't pick a sniper, you're trolling. You literally get to play the game for free all game. Dragonite, niche. There's no reason to pick Dragonite because they're better picks. But if draft allows it and you need a rip, flip, and secure, you have Dragonite. Serena. Steve my cat is going to murder me, but I'm going to put it in niche. Serena has the ability to get to the back line and destroy that squishy that you need taken care of. Like, if you need a sniper taken care of, if you need a speedster that's been diving your team all game taken care of, Serena will dead ass take care of the problem. It's like Mimikyu. Trevenant, strong pick. You have knock up with CC. Like, you have Horn Leech, you have long sustain, you have a really big ult that heals. Like, you have really good sustain on Trev. Aegislash. I also think Aegislash is niche. It's low-key one of the better all-rounders right now. I agree. I don't think it's good enough to be a counter pick. Actually, it does shred bulky comp, so if you are playing into bulk, I'm going to move it up to counter pick. You could play Aegislash as a counter pick. Hoopa, strong pick. Portals, being able to move your team from top to bottom lane, bottom to top, no issue. Being able to ult your team into the team fight is broken. Being able to ult your team into the home pad if it's open is broken. To score? Like, what? Like, Koopa's just a broken Pokemon. Blastoise is a priority pick. The reason why it is a priority pick is because if you see Blastoise and you're playing top lane, like, you're just gonna, 9 times out of 10, you're picking Blastoise into Buzzwole. It just hard counters it, hard shuts it down. When Buzzwole tries to push, it literally just takes him back out the team fight. Jur is going in, do you even want to win? No hesitation. Azu, behind the right player, is cooking. If they catch you out 1v1, cooking. In a big team fight where everybody's mushed together, not cooking. Nah, Azu's going into niche picks. Azu's going into niche picks for me, brother. I'm sorry. Delphox, counter pick with Fire Spin, Fire Blast. It really just kind of just shreds down bulky comp. So why wouldn't you just pick Fire Spin? Like, you literally stop them before they can even walk in and then burst them down and force them to back up. You also have anti-heal with the ult. You have anti-heal with the cursed item. So it's just really good in that sense as well. You also have the option to go mobility with Flame Charge, Mystical Fire, which I think is still good. Next thing, Glaceon, priority pick. If you're not picking Glaceon in the 1-2 slot on second pick, you're throwing. That's the best Pokemon. This is literally one of the best Pokemon in draft. This is literally one of the top 3 Pokemon in draft. Glaceon just cooks. Like, why would you just leave Glaceon up for the other team to have it? To rip you apart? It's be above me. Espeon. Espeon, I'm putting in strong picks. It's not a priority pick, and it's stronger than a counter pick. T-Tar, do you like winning? It takes super long to get online. It's 5 to 9 is the absolutely horrible. No. T-Tar is going and do you like winning? If we are playing on ladder, and I am solo queue, and I see someone pick T-Tar in my games, I am going to be upset. I am going to be upset. Mew. Counter pick. Scyther. Counter pick. Counter pick. Counter pick. Counter pick. Counter pick. Counter pick. If you're playing against a double backline comp, and they do not have Slowbro, and they do not have Clef, and possibly do not have Umbreon, you play Scyther and let the Pentas rip, baby. Dojo's always going to be God tier, bro. It's going to go into strong picks over priority, but amazing micro-mechanically talented Dojo player is going to shine. Scizor, we're going to have to put you over here in niche. I don't like you. When I'm playing ADC, I don't have a problem with Scizor. But when I'm playing Melee, Sableye I put into niche pick, really, because it's not really a counter pick. You're not strong enough to be a counter pick, but you are strong enough to be a niche pick to play into like certain mons, like Speedsters. Oh my gosh, I love playing with Speedsters. I love playing with ADCs. I love playing with snipers, mages. I will play with them all game long. Zoroark. Counter pick. Same thing as Scyther. Easy to get to the back line. No problems. Urshifu. Is this one Water Bear? Alright, bet. Do you like winning? Yeah. And Dark Bear, I'll put it into niche. Like, you got secure. You got secure. If you want to play a rip comp, Dark Bear is not going to fail you. Dragapult, I wouldn't play it. I put it into niche. Double Speedster meta. You don't want to mess around with double Speedster meta getting caught out like that. I just think it's more niche than it is counter pick, right? Because you're really only picking it if Glaceon's not on the table. I put Comfy in counter pick because it does work well against Pokemon like Slowbro and Pokemon that just ult you, because you could just drop Comfy ult and it lives, right? Unless you're getting bursted down fast enough. The nerfs that I had did affect its ult, but like a good player that plays well with their Comfy just isn't dying. Like, they're just not. Gudra's niche. I like Gudra if you're playing against double Speedster, double dive, because if you have to fight against a Gudra as a Speedster or as a, just as a Speedster, you're just not going to have a good time. Like, there's just so many things that Gudra can do to like dive comps that just punishes them easily. But against like range comps, it just gets kited. You just have so much, there's just so much counterplay to Gudra. But a lot of people just don't play around it. They just play on top of it and just let them heal. They fight them when they're in the grass, not when it's not damaging people. Like Lapras. Lapras used to be here. Y'all remember when Lapras was up here and then moved to here and then moved to here and now it's here? I don't think Lapras is do you like winning? I think it is niche because, again, there's better tanks that you can play that are more mobile. It does do well against, again, dive comp, same thing as Gudra. It's bulky, it has sustain, it slows. Like, I really like Lapras against dive comps or against mages with no, or snipers with no mobility, because then you just Lapras ult into them, right? In ladder draft, I think Zacian's still strong. Chandelure, I think it's a really good counter pick. It falls in the same category as Ninetales, where it's able to keep things out. Imprison is really good. Its CC kit's really good. Its damage kit's really good. Like, its ult is really good, even though you get knocked up, and it stops, but you blind people. At level 5 on first gank, you're good. You could counter stack on pads because of the burns. Like, I think Shandy's a really good counter pick. And it shreds tanky pumps. It's almost a strong pick. Can't be a strong pick. Leafeon exists. Meowscarada exists. Can't be a strong pick. Umbreon. Umbreon still gets banned. Umbreon still gets banned and first picked, like in the early slots. I think it's still priority just because of how people are banning it. Nobody likes Mean Look. No speedster likes Mean Look. None. Like literally, I'll go against Umbreon over Tree any day. Any day of the week. But I'm banning Umbreon if I want to play speedster. We're in double speedster comp, so that's why it's priority. Because you should literally just shut down the speedsters all game. Intel, I think Intel's still a strong pick. One of the best snipers in the game. High damage, high scaling, really good early game, really good secure. Like Intel is just one of those mons that applies so much pressure if you can hit those snipes. Mewtwo X in ladder draft, counter pick. Mewtwo Y in ladder draft, I would put it under counter pick. Honestly, like I'm putting both the Mewtwo's under counter pick. They're not good enough to play as a strong pick. They're still dumb, but like you just have other mons that you could play, right? That just do better. Okay, Mewtwo could go up and strong. Blaziken. Strong pick or counter pick for me. I just don't have a home for it yet. I don't know. Strong pick? Alright, bet. Because it's snowballing is crazy. Mimikyu, I think it's a strong pick. Like, you have one of the best level 5s. Like, level 7 goes crazy on you. Metagross, I think it's a strong pick. Metagross kind of ass? I don't think so. You're playing in double speedster meta. Oh, it is counter. It is counter. You're right. It is counter. Gyarados, I think that thing is strong. And last but not least, Miraidon. Alrighty, we got our tier list. Is everybody satisfied with the tier list? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Speak now or forever hold your peace.